Good evening, Spurs fans. I hope y'all had an incredible evening. This was, I believe, our last game of the summer league, and it's my post-game analysis, my post-game thoughts, rather. I don't want to say analysis, my post-game thoughts. Um, and yeah, so team play. What I noticed throughout this whole summer league, we played good in the first half, and then we tail off in the second half. But again, this is a young squad, so you can expect that to happen, but it's still unacceptable. It's a lot of things. I know it's the first time this group of guys is playing together, but it's a lot of things that's unacceptable. Not getting back on defense and transition defense, that's clearly unacceptable. You shouldn't give up cheap points like that. Definitely off a missed shot. We shouldn't be giving up layups, clean layups too. It's not like it was a contested layup. Clean layups off a missed shot is unacceptable. So those type of things. You're right. The offense is still how I always thought it was. It didn't improve, but obviously, again, it's the first time these group of guys is together. So that's why I really wasn't big on whether we win or lose and how we playing as a team. I know it's going to be some hiccups there, or a lot of hiccups there, because it's the first time that these group of guys is playing with each other. So players that I was looking at, Malachi Brandon, he seems to be more comfortable. Still needs to be consistent, but at least he's playing more comfortable. I don't know if that's because Primo was out these last two games and it kind of forced him into that role where he couldn't be gun shy, and you see. He started playing with more comfortable. He seems to look more comfortable out there rather than his first game. We got those jitters out the way. Still needs to be more consistent with a shot. Hopefully these things continue to develop throughout the course of the year. More playing time, his first baptism is really going to be if he's on in that preseason game, or if he get any real live NBA action. That will be his real baptism. And let's see how comfortable he is in that, because this is summer league, but it's kind of different when when the game actually counts towards the season. So I like to see if how comfortable he feels under that type of pressure, under those lights. Barlow, he had another solid game, 50% from the field, 7 rebounds, and 4 assists. That I like that. 4 assists. That's good. He had 2 blocks. Foul trouble and turnovers is something that needs to be cleaned up, but otherwise a solid game from him. Kai Bowman, another player who had a solid game, 50% from the field, 75% from three for 14 points. He's a solid player. I think he's going to make he can make somebody's bench. He's a good bench player, but I don't think he's done enough to overtake any of our youngsters. I'd rather go with the youngsters we have. To me, he really didn't show out enough to warrant that position to send one of our youngsters down to Austin and have him on the bench. I really wouldn't do it, but you know how Pop is. Pop really don't have a thing for rookies like that, unless you unless you're a very special player. So and we can all agree that Bowman is not he can make a roster, but I think Pop would, in this situation, I think he would go with the young guys on this one. He got a young team. They say he's excited about teaching this young group of kids. So yeah, Kai Bowman, he didn't really show out for Popovich to be like, oh, you know what? That'd be somebody I would want on the bench. He really didn't show out that much, but he is a solid player. I believe a team is going to pick him up. Sorry about that. That's Alexa. That's not really a real dog, but anyway. um, but yeah, he's a solid player. He's gonna make. I believe he can make somebody's team, somebody roster for sure. Or maybe I don't know his contract situation. I really don't know his contract situation. I don't know if we will have him in Austin, but I believe some team will pick him up. Um, if he ain't in Austin already. Josh Carlin is another person. I don't know his contract situation. I'm gonna have to go look that up. These players' contract situations. But Josh Carlin is another solid game from the last game he had. The last game he played. But today he went 57% from the field, 9 rebounds, 3 blocks, and he had 11 points. He had another solid game, almost a double double. And he's a good player, but he was the player that didn't get back on defense in that transition defense, and it kind of annoyed me seeing that. You got to, and it was off a missed shot. That you missed that shot, you get back on defense, and I kind of was upset seeing that the team get a wide open layup off a missed shot. That's really unacceptable, and the guards got something to do with that as well. You got to stop the ball. You got to get in front of the player, and hold up, and the bigs got to sprint back. You got to sprint back, and but he's a solid player. Again, I don't know his contract situation, so hopefully he's in Austin because he's a real solid player. He showed solid. He had solid games. I don't know if he's a solid player. I didn't really, you know, watch a full size of him. But the two games we had, he had solid games in those games. So I'm not going to overspeak and say he's a solid player when I only seen two games, in the summer league. So I got to see more of that before I say he's a solid player. But he played solid for the couple games he played in the summer league. So I got to give him credit for that. Blake Wesley, better game, better with shot selection. I'm pretty sure the coaches got in his ear saying, look, you don't have to force the issue if it's not there. Pass it to the open man. Keep your eyes open. And with better shot selections came with a better shooting percentage. He shot the ball better because he took better shots. So I'm pretty sure the coaches got in his ear for that. You don't have to force the issue. Maybe he thought, oh, dang, Primo's not here, so I got to take this offense over. And he was probably forcing the issue. Somebody had to get in his ear, say, look, relax. You don't have to force the issue if it's not there. Trust your teammates. Kick it to the open guy. And he done that. And the shooting percentage was a lot better. The shot selections was a lot better. So I like that, how he improved from that game to this game. That shows that he's willing to learn, and that shows that he's listening, and he want to make improvements. So that's good to see that. It was real good and pleasing to see that. And so I was really pleased with his performance. The negatives of his performance is he got to take care of the ball better throughout this summer league tournament. He kind of turns the ball over a lot, and some of it is unnecessarily, and some of the times it's things like that happens. But as a guard, definitely if he's going to play the point guard can't have that many turnovers. They got to be they got to take care of that rock like it's their newborn baby. They got to take care of it now, because turnovers, you can't win games if you turn the ball over. And if you are a primary ball handler, you can't be giving up the rock. You definitely can't be giving up the rock. And I think he will improve. Again, he's 19 years old. I think he will improve. And over time, I think we got somebody special. And when he'll get his first baptism, and when the season starts, I think he's gonna come in with confidence because he already plays with that swagger. You see the swagger when he plays. He got a lot of swagger. So I'm not really worried about his confidence level. His first NBA game, and the real discussion should be, what is Greg Popovich going to do? Is he going to go with, because Popovich don't like rookies, so is he going to go with a more veteran? I mean, not more veteran, but more experienced. Well, a little bit more experienced. The guards that's on our team already, and sit him on the bench, or is he going to go out and start Blake Wesley from the beginning? I really want to know Popovich's thoughts on Blake Wesley. Like, where does he stand on the roster? And I guess we will see that, after he gets him in and start practicing with him and starting running things with them during practice. But yeah, that's an interesting. This is going to be an interesting situation. I really can't wait to see where Popovich is going to put these players. Malachi Branham. What do Popovich think about Malachi? Where is he going to be at during the season? But for sure, Blake Wesley, how he performed, he's definitely going to be on the roster. Day one. I'm pretty sure probably Malachi. I don't know. I really don't know about Malachi, but for sure Blake Wesley is going to be there, and I'm really interested. Is he going to go with Trey Jones as the point guard? It's really interesting. But yeah, I'm gonna have to see if what they're saying about Blake Wesley. I'm gonna have to do my research and see what Greg Popovich thinks. I'm pretty sure they're going to ask some questions at some point what we feel about Blake Wesley if they are already haven't. And yeah, I'm interested to see where he's going to be at during this season. But yeah, and that's my thoughts. That's my thoughts after the summer league. I really enjoyed the summer league. I was excited to see these guys. Again, I'm not really big on the wins and losses. I'm more on seeing how these guys perform, and I was really pleased. I was really pleased with what I seen. I seen a lot of good things, and I seen a lot of bad things. But at the end of the day, these are young kids. They got time to develop, and it's something to be excited about. So I speak with y'all again. Hopefully tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see. Go Spurs, go.